Hi, Andre.
Hi.
So today we're going to talk about syllables. How's that sound?
Good.
Good. Okay, so do you remember learning about open syllables last time?
Yes.
Okay, so let's go over open syllables just a little bit.
Okay.
Okay, so remember that open syllables have a long vowel sound.
Okay.
So and a long vowel sound does what? What sound does it make?
Like, oh.
Right, it says its name.
Yes.
Right. Okay, and then it's spelled with a single vowel letter. So do you remember what the vowels are?
Yeah, they're like E and O and A. Yeah.
And there's two more. So we have A, E, I,
I and U.
and then you already said O. Yep, A, E, I, O, U, and then sometimes
Y.
Y. Exactly. Okay, so last time we talked about open syllables. Okay, so that's where, remember, they're open at the end and they say their name. So we have he, where the E says its name.
Okay.
Then we have over, and which one says its name?
The O.
The O, right?
Mm-hmm.
A quick review from last time. Okay, so can we split the word hotel into two syllables?
Yeah.
Where does the line go?
In between the O and the T.
In between the O and the T. Good job. So I'm just going to write this on our little board here. So H-O/T-E-L. Good job. Now which one is the open syllable?
The H and
Ho
O.
or tell?
The ho.
Right. This is the open syllable. You're right. So do you remember last time when we were talking about sandwiches?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And what did we call this type of sandwich?
An open head sandwich.
An open face sandwich, right. Okay, so this is an open face sandwich, which means it has one piece of bread and the meat in the center, right?
And nothing after.
And nothing after it. So this reminded us that an open face sandwich is like an open vowel. So it just has the consonant in the beginning and then the vowel and nothing's at the end.
Okay.
Good. So that was our open face sandwich. So now we're going to talk about closed syllables. And we're going to close our sandwich.
Okay.
So that means we have a piece of bread and then the meat in the middle, our vowels,
the end.
and a piece of bread at the end. Good. So like cat. That is a closed syllable. Cat. Good job. Okay, so closed syllables are a little different than open syllables because the vowels make a short vowel sound. So in opens, when they were saying their name, like table, these say they're short vowel sounds. So like an A makes an A sound and an E makes an E sound. What sound would an I make? If it's a short vowel sound. An I sound. Very good. Very good. Okay? And then it ends in a consonant. So those are all the other letters of the alphabet that are not A, E, I, O, U. Okay? So like we have the word cat. It's closed at the end. Make a little sandwich. And cab. Can you read the rest of them for me?
Nap.
Good.
Net.
Good.
And cup.
Good.
And mop.
And mop. You're right. So these words are all closed syllables because they have something at the end to close them off, just like a sandwich. They have the bread, the meat, and the bread. Good job. Okay, so we're going to practice breaking into syllables again.
Okay.
Can you break the word dentist into syllables for me?
Yeah, between the E and the N.
Between the E and the N? You're close. Listen. Dentist.
The N and the T.
Between the N and the T. Very good. So D-E-N/T-I-S-T. Good. So what type of syllable is the word den? Is it open or closed?
Closed.
Closed. Good. How do you know it's closed?
Because it has a letter at the end.
Good, because it has the letter at the end. What about the word or the syllable tist? Is it open or closed?
Closed, because it has two letters after.
Right, so it has 2 pieces of bread at the end of that one. But you're right, it's closed. So what we're going to do now is we are going to work on a worksheet that's going to help us practice our open and our closed syllables.
Okay.
So we call this game roll and spin.
Okay.
Okay. So what we're going to do for roll and spin is we have a dice that we're going to roll, and then we have a spinner that we're going to spin around. Okay? So here's the instructions for roll and spin. Number 1, roll or spin to get the first syllable of the word. Then you're going to check the box if it's an open or closed syllable. Number 3, roll or spin to get the second syllable. So if I rolled for the first one, the second one, I'm going to spin. And then again, number 4, we're going to check the box if it's an open or a closed syllable. And then for number 5, we're going to write down the whole word right here, both syllables together. Okay? And then the last thing we're going to do is we're going to check the box if it's a real or a nonsense word. Some of these words we make up might not be real, and that's okay. But the most important thing is that we're looking at the first syllable and the second syllable. Okay? This real or nonsense part we can always do together later. So, do you mind if I go first to show you? Okay, so first I'm going to roll. Okay, so I'm going to roll and bounce it around, and I'll roll it right there. Okay, so what's my syllable?
Row.
Row, R-O. So I'm going to take row, and I am going to write it in my first syllable box. R-O, just like that. Now, because I rolled the first time, I'm going to spin this time. I'm going to be kind of gentle with my spinner, so I'm going to spin it just like, let's see, just like that. Oop. Okay, that works. So, if I look underneath my spinner, I have bot, B-O-T. So I'm going to write that under second syllable, B-O-T. Oops, I got to my second syllable. You know what I forgot to do after my first one?
Check the box.
I forgot to check the box. So I'm going to look at this first syllable, row, R-O. And I'm going to think, I'm going to think back to my sandwich. Row. So I know that's an open one because the O's saying its name. So I'm going to check the box. Open. Okay, now I'm going to go to my second syllable. Bot. B-O-T. Well, I'm going to think it's got a letter at the end, so it's not an open sandwich anymore, it's a closed sandwich. So I'm going to mark it as closed. Then I'm going to write my whole word right in this box. R-O-B-O-T. Robot. Robot. That's a real word. So I'll just check right here that that's a real word. Okay, does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, why don't we do one together? How's that sound? So, what do you want to do first? Roll or spin?
Spin.
Spin. Okay, so I'll hold this spinner for you and just gently try to spin it around. Okay, good. So what's that one say?
Gin.
G-I-N. Good. Okay, so we're going to write that under first syllable. Is that an open or a closed syllable?
Closed.
Closed. Good. How do you know it's closed?
Because it has a short, and it doesn't say a name, it just says E.
Good. So it's a short vowel sound. Good. You could also tell by what?
By there's a letter at the end.
Because there's a letter at the end. Very good. So since we spun the first one, we're going to roll the second one. So go ahead and roll it right here on this table.
And roll again. R-O.
R-O. Very good. R-O. Is that an open or a closed syllable?
Open.
Open. How do you know this?
Because the vowel has it says its name and there's no letter at the end.
Good. Open. Okay, so now we're going to put it all together right here. G-I-N-R-O. Ginro. Is Ginro a real word, or is that a nonsense word?
It's a nonsense word.
It's a nonsense word. I've never heard of Ginro before. So it's a nonsense word. Why don't we do one more together?
Okay.
Okay. So, are we going to roll or spin?
I'll roll first.
Roll first. Okay, go ahead and get the dice.
Okay. Sub. S-U-B.
Good. S-U-B. Sub. Is that an open or a closed?
Close.
Closed. Very good. You're getting the hang of this. Okay, so since you rolled that first one, I'm going to spin the second one. How's that sound?
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to spin that one more time. Our spinner's being really funny right now. Oh. Trying to get a different one. There we go. Sill. C-I-L. So C-I-L. Is that open or closed? Think back to the sandwiches.
Closed.
Closed. Good. Because how many pieces of bread does Syll have?
3. Or 2.
2 pieces of bread because it's got the C and the meat in the center, the I, and then the second piece of bread, the L. Very good. So we'll put all of this together. S-U-B-C-I-L. What does that spell?
Subsill.
Subsill. Is that a real word or a nonsense word?
I think nonsense.
Nonsense. I haven't heard of this word, so I think you're right. Nonsense. All right. Do you have any questions, Andre, about how to finish the rest of our worksheet today?
No.
No?
Okay.
Okay, good job. So why don't you go ahead and get started and get rolling away.
Okay.